dumb now? You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know no fucking Kiana, man.
Stellar.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Talk is Cheap with Kiana J. I am your host, Kiana J. And my co-host is not here today, so it's just me holding down the show. Also with my producer over here. Y'all be hearing talking in the background.
I'm quiet today. You got company, so I'm behave.
I got
I don't trust him.
He might, he'll jump in there where he feel like, something is going left or anything. But that's why I introduced him, because everybody be like, who is that voice on the side?
It is.
Okay, guys. Today is my first movie interview, so I do have a guest for that. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Cody Fletcher.
Cody.
Coming in clutch with the sound effects.
I know, you professional over here.
So you gotta go.
No, but anyways, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you
for having me
with us, because you on East Coast time, which
East
is
Coast.
an hour ahead of us or behind.
They ahead of us.
Ahead of us. Yeah,
it's late.
So
I understand.
Like 10 o'clock there and 9 o'clock here. So
right. Yeah.
So I thank you for coming in so late. So let's get started. I watched the trailer.
Okay.
What's the name of the movie for everybody?
Okay. The TV series is Legend of the Seeker.
It's a series, TV series. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, well, that's where we're coming in.
Okay. So explain that to me.
Okay, so the story is in 2009, this series, Legend of the Seeker, was released based on a book series by Terry Goodkind. Mm-hmm. It ran for 2 seasons, and the company that distributed it went bankrupt. So the fans gathered to try to find a new home for it, and nobody ever picked it up. So all these years, we've been trying to find a new home for it. And we've come to the conclusion that we may not be able to do that. And so our new goal is to raise awareness and find some opportunities to have a movie developed. And that's our new goal.
Okay. So with that being said, what are you looking for? Investors?
We're looking to gain momentum with the audience. We're probably looking to pick anybody's brain that has any idea of the entertainment industry to find directions to discover investors. That would be, we're not looking for investors in particular. If they do listen, that's cool. But so it's more just these interviews are to get the word out there. There are a bunch of interested people. I just happen to have been handed the spokesperson speaking stick.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a partner here today. How many of y'all are trying to get the word out there for this return movie?
So far, in the collective groups that are a part of this, there are 30,000 individuals. The audience of the TV series was 2 million a week just in TV viewership. That didn't include online streams. So the fan base does exist, even to this day. It's 10 years canceled. But I do believe that with the growing numbers of people that we've actually been gathering, we started a new group for this particular push, and it has just passed I think 5,000 in maybe a month. So there's still interest out there.
Okay, so y'all not thinking of turning it back into a TV series or just one good movie? Because the trailer that I seen, it was a couple minutes long.
Correct.
And it reminded me kind of, because it was the women on the horse and stuff,
Yep.
like Xena.
Xena. It was by the same guy that directed it, did Xena.
Oh, okay.
So that's exactly why it's reminiscent of Xena.
The warrior princess. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yep. That's why it looks familiar.
So I can dig that. It looks good. So when you do get the momentum out there for to make it into the movies, are y'all gonna have the same actors and actresses, and are you gonna help direct it, or are you just out here just pushing the word?
I'm just out here pushing the word. Hey, I mean, if I can be involved in production, that would be cool. I am no producer at all. I have no experience doing that. I'm a voiceover artist, so maybe I could do a trailer.
That's what I'm saying. That like they should give you something like in that situation, since you out here working to push it. It seems it's gonna be a good movie. Basically, I thought, to tell you the truth, when you sent me the trailer, I thought the movie was already done. But
right.
But
now, I don't know if you saw the fan trailer or if it was the official trailer, because there
was the fan trailer. If I'm not
okay. Yep, that was another push to gain fans and introduce them to kind of the collective story of the two seasons, so they had an idea of what they were missing out on.
How many seasons was it?
It was 2 seasons.
2.
It was 2 seasons, and then like I said, the company that produced it, they went bankrupt. And so all of a sudden it was like 11, they have that 11th hour decision. It was like 11 o'clock at night exactly. And they're like, yep, sorry, we don't, it's done. And then ABC's like, yeah, we're putting into this locker here and we're taking the key.
What made you want to push this exact sci-fi?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is personal. I have gained many friends through this whole viewership of this show. I met my best friend through it, and just the fact that it was an enjoyable show. It's got a little bit of everything for anybody. It's got fantasy, sci-fi, romance, sword play. The choreography is amazing. It's got beautiful men and women, and it's got
lots of sex scenes. No.
Well, not so much, but not so much on the sex scenes. But there's a bunch of eye candy,
Yeah. I can give
it. I look at it this way: it could have been what Game of Thrones was before Game of Thrones.
I like Game of Thrones.
And the one issue they ran into was that ABC picked it up, and it was ABC Family. So a lot of the more adult content had to be edited out.
Right.
Because of the time slot. I think it was 9 o'clock on Sunday night or something like that. So pretty prime time.
Well, let me tell you now. Nowadays, prime time is prime time.
I know. This is 11 years ago.
You could put some stuff on TV. I be seeing some stuff. I'm like, did they actually put this on TV?
Sure. Even the language. You're like, wait a second.
Compared to what used to get on TV to now, oh, baby, you don't even need Showtime. Remember, you have to get the good stuff. You have to watch cable.
You don't even need cable.
That is just on regular television. Sure, everybody got access, kids and all. Speaking of kids, is it kid friendly?
The TV series was TV-14.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the episodes, like I said, it wasn't very sensual or sexual based. So, I mean, if your kid's 12, 13, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to have your 6-year-old in there watching it, but
most people will, but
you said it.
that's not my business how people
That's right. That's
a lot of people let these rappers and everybody raise their kids, but this TV raise their kids, they get mad on social media. Okay, so with that being said, this sci-fi, what made you get into, what makes you love sci-fi? What piqued your interest in sci-fi period?
In sci-fi period, I've always been a horror movie fan, and so a lot of times sci-fi kind of dovetails into that. It has a lot of horror movie elements, so I do tend to cross over. And so I don't think I really watched Xena, maybe a little bit, but I've always been kind of into that sword fighting, sword play type thing. So it just kind of, one thing led to the next.
Yeah, Xena was great. I don't know. I don't know if she was like a spinoff from like was it Hercules?
Yeah, it was.
It was Hercules. But she kind of reminded me of Wonder Woman a little bit too.
Mm.
You know,
yeah.
I loved Xena. Xena, she was a bad girl.
Mm-hmm.
I might go back and watch some of them.
That is the purpose of this interview.
You
know, keep the interest, rev it back up.
Reminded me because that was like my childhood, like Xena and stuff like that. So
you'll get off this episode, go watch an episode of Xena, and you'll be like,
go on YouTube and find Xena episodes and like, yeah. But then you know what happens? Like stuff back then, you watch it now as an adult with all technology and everything now, and you watch it now, like you be like, that's so cheesy. Like you realize the movie is cheesy, that probably the acting ain't as good, you know, and stuff like that. Watching old movies.
Then you take it. I mean, then you appreciate it more because then you're like, oh, look, they didn't use all the special effects and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
That guy actually did that.
Yeah. Then you sure is right. But yeah, that's why I was like, and I have to go back and actually watch the TV series of which we're talking, because me seeing the trailer, it was kind of interesting. So I thought the movie was out, so I was kind of looking for the movie. So but
hopefully soon. Yeah, all related to that. We had looked into doing a fundraiser, GoFundMe or something like that, to raise raise money for an episode. Mm-hmm. It cost $2 million to put an helicopter in the air with a camera for like 200 feet of filming.
Wait, what? So it cost $2 million just for a helicopter to go up?
Every episode, I've read that every episode of that show cost $2 million to produce.
Child, please.
Yeah. So we were quickly like, nope, we don't have those pockets.
Like that's a lot. So
that's a lot of money. These days you could probably do it cheaper with drones.
But the trailer that I seen was very, upbeat.
It was. Yep.
Was not bootleg.
No.
Bootleg, but it was very. So they spent a lot of money. The way the filming of it was.
Of course, yes, they did.
Yeah, $2 million. I think Ooh, yeah. So imagine you gotta get the go. You trying to get the? Are y'all still trying to do the GoFundMe?
No. That's why we're like, you know what? Maybe not a TV series. We're gonna do a movie.
Yeah. So that's $2 million for one movie.
Yeah, and maybe you could fudge around with that, and then get with ticket sales, you can recoup that. What's the series that did that? Firefly. So that was a similar situation where it got a season and then it got canceled, and so the fans for years had been pushing to revamp it, renew it, get it restarted, and they finally were just like, you know what, we're going to make a film to finish the storyline, and fans are like, all right, cool, we accomplished the thing, we did it.
Right.
So that's kind of our mentality now.
Okay.
It was, the second season was a little rushed and compact. They technically finished the storyline, but there's stuff to wrap up, and if we can do the film, then we'll be proud that we could do that.
Yeah, I think I will see it. But now let's go here with COVID and everything. Would y'all want the film to go into movie theaters, or would y'all want it to be on TV, like on one? Because it's so many what are them streaming things?
Streaming services, yeah.
Pay for everything outside of cable.
I feel it. I understand it.
To watch something, because the movie theaters was out of commission because of the COVID situation.
Right.
So what would you push for?
Well, things got a little bit complicated recently.
Mind you, the numbers are going back up in COVID, so no telling if they're gonna shut everything down. You never know with this government.
Right. I understand that.
What would you actually push for? What y'all will push for?
Man, would we do streaming? We run into an issue because the rights, ABC had the rights, and they've since gone back to the author of the books. But the author has just passed in the last 2 months. So all of a sudden it's kind of like, okay. we're that put a little kink in the system there. I would assume that his estate still owns the rights, and so you just have to get the okay from them, and it would depend on where they would want to put it. I would probably say that if you made the film, you might want to go just like direct to streaming services. I would think that would be the cheapest route to go.
It would be a better route to go.
The
reason I say that is because I'm not going to nobody's movie theater. Simple fact is, I stopped going to the movies a long time ago. I think the last movie I went to see in a movie theater was Black Panther when it came out. So, and that was way before COVID hit.
Sure. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been too, just because it's so expensive.
It's expensive, but I sneak my own snacks and stuff in
there. I don't even get snacks. I'm just worried about the ticket.
The other stuff too high. I might grab some popcorn and like for $3.50 or something like that, but all that other stuff, I'm not paying $10 for no candy. I'm not doing it.
The movie was $10. How did we spend $110?
But I would rather be at home watching. A lot of, like, Netflix and chill is really a big thing, or streamings are a big thing because you're in relationships, or you dating, or married. Sometimes, especially if you older in age, sometimes you don't feel like leaving the house, unless you have to. And sometimes you might want to cuddle and watch a movie that you haven't seen, and instead of getting up, getting dressed, and go out sometimes.
That's right. and not worry about everybody else around you.
In a dark movie theater where everybody around you and then everybody talking. Don't you hate them people that talk in the movie?
There was one film I went to where the audience just had the best time because they're all like, "No, don't go in there."
I don't do horror.
Like, oh my goodness.
I don't do horror films. That's one thing I don't do. Horror. I can't stand a horror film. My last horror film was Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the man, look, that's scared.
No, it wasn't.
Look, that's scary. It's the one where he was in the mental home.
Honestly, it's been a minute since I've seen those.
Look, I will never forget it. That was my last film.
She noped that. I paid for this. I'm out.
That damaged my childhood. But yeah, but I don't do horror. Sci-fi, some of them I do like because some of them be good. I like them as TV series, and then some of them if they turn Game of Thrones into a movie, I'll be down because I like 300.
That was a good one.
Really good. I like that one. I love that movie. That was really good. But yeah. So Cody, tell me about yourself. What made you get into pushing these movies?
I wasn't voluntold, but I said I was not voluntold. No, this. I guess this series has a personal meaning to me. It's actually how I met my best friend. I tell people I met him online, not like that. And but he and I were in this beginning group of people that were starting to renew the show. And so we would meet every week and we'd watch an episode and then discuss our favorite parts of that episode or the books it was based on. And I just got everybody to introduce where they're from and who they are. And he said, well, I just joined the Air Force and I'm stationed near my house. And so I finished the group and I invited him to an individual chat, and we chatted. And I said, hey, you got any family in the area? He said, no, I'm just in the Air Force. And it was a Saturday. So I said, hey, you want to come to church? He said, yeah, sure, whatever. So he comes to church, and after service, he comes to our house to have a meal with us. And he lays down on the couch and falls asleep watching NASCAR. So we've been friends ever since.
Oh, wow. That's good.
I was like, man, if you come to a house and fall asleep, I guess you're comfortable. So
yeah, because I just don't fall asleep at anybody's house now.
Yeah, right. I don't know you.
I don't know you like that.
He's like, Nightmare on Elm Street. All of a sudden he wakes up. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Look, so I don't trust that. You can't trust it. This world nowadays, people really act out what be going on in these movies. Right?
Like I said, this is 10 years ago. I don't trust nobody these days.
So now you can't even trust nobody to even.
I don't trust myself sometimes.
Walk into the store. Hello, hey, how you doing? Just keep moving. Hello.
I'm great as I cross the street.
Sure, for real.
Do I know you?
Huh?
Do I know you?
That's how you be talking. I be looking like. That's why I'm kind of glad they got the 6 feet distance type of thing going on. So I'm trying to figure out, how is the push going?
Like I said, as this couple months has gone, we've brought more people to our cause. They're aware of it. The other couple that I'm working with, they're in contact with several studios that are interested in this project. So, and
you have enough behind
I'm
it.
sorry?
They just want to make sure you have enough people actually pay to see it. Actually,
Yeah, that's what we're running into is the money issue.
yeah, I think if they put it on streaming, it'd be great because there's some boring movies on television.
You ain't kidding. And then the repeat
No
of
wrong with that, and then you have a big audience base for sci-fi.
right.
I just seen a couple people talking about how they like sci-fi over romance and things of that nature. So
Sure.
the base for it, the audience base for it is real big. It's just putting certain things in the movie theater probably wouldn't work, but sitting at home watching it, yeah, definitely.
That's right. That's right.
Are you married, Cody?
Left field question, but no, I'm not.
I think she's shooting her shot, Cody.
I am not shooting my shot. I'm just asking the question.
Not ready for that curveball there, but sure.
Cody, she finds you a very attractive man. Would like to know more about you.
Fair enough. Thank you much.
What do you like to do? She wants to know what you do in your free time.
I didn't ask all that. I just asked. See, here you go. You would jump in on that part.
He's putting words in your mouth.
Where you going?
I know. I just want to, it's a lot of women that watch, and they probably,
Fair enough.
Huh? No, I'm just asking. You can't. They might come back later. That man that was on the show, you didn't ask no questions about him. You just asked about the movie. So let's get into it, because that's
you dove right in there.
I just, that wasn't an icebreaker.
It broke all the ice. That was a glacier breaker.
Wait, I thought that was the icebreaker question. That's not compared to the shows I usually do. That's usually an icebreaker. So, are you single for the ladies?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
to
okay.
Answer the question.
Huh?
To answer the question, yes, I am.
Well, at least you blushing, The type of show I do is like relationships and other topics of that nature. That's why you're my first movie.
Of course. Okay, there we go. That explains it.
Throw that in there, just in case somebody come back like that guy,
Fair enough.
You can follow him on Facebook and stuff.
Wink.
I was on your page actually, and I didn't see the promotion of the movie as much as I thought I would.
That was another thing. Because they stuck it in that 10 o'clock time slot, they're like, hey, we don't have to advertise. If people are watching our channel, they'll just watch it.
So you don't that up, huh? Because
we're on two different tracks here. Okay, where are you?
I'm at the point of why they think that. Like, instead of you always supposed to promote to get it out there.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
What I'm saying is like me going on your page because I was going because I wanted to post the trailer again.
Sure.
I couldn't think of the name of the movie at the time.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, let me go to Cody's page. So I went to your page and I'm strolling.
And you don't see it.
And I don't see it. So it was just like, how are you pushing it if it's not the main focus?
That makes complete sense now.
Mm-hmm.
And we will remedy that very quickly. We will take care of that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like a lot of people will come after the fact and try to look for it. so
Right,
it should be easier for them to find, because
No,
sometimes
that's right.
you type something into YouTube and 50 things come up.
Sure.
And by you doing this interview, they will probably just go to your page,
Right. No, that
and see it and do it like that.
smart. I can meme. I know that one.
Because that's what I did. I'm like, that's
Hey.
what my first instinct was like. Okay, let me go, pull it up, and then I couldn't find it. I even had to go back to my page when you came and tagged me in it. So
Sure.
So a suggestion from me is to try to post a little bit more, because then you posted a little bit more on your feed, it starts to come up on everybody else's feed.
Duly noted.
So I'm
we will fix that.
You have any other social medias that you can post on, like Instagram and all them other things?
What's an Instagram? I have like 3 pictures and 5 videos.
Oh my God, Cody! Oh my God!
You young whippersnappers and your Insta pages.
Cody, what social media platforms do you have this on?
It is right now. We are mainly on Facebook.
Okay.
So that our pages bring back Legends of the Seeker.
Okay. So Facebook, a lot of people moved from because of all these other social platforms like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and all these other ones that I really don't know about. Fan base and all that stuff.
Fan base?
It's one called Fan Base. I just heard about that one, and I'm not finna sign up for that. I got too many accounts.
I got too much.
But my suggestion, if you can't handle multiple, just get 2, which is Instagram.
Okay.
3, Instagram, your YouTube, and your Facebook, because Instagram is a spinoff from Facebook, but most people are migrating towards Instagram. Like they'll be on Instagram more than they do Facebook. I not heard more people be like, I be on Instagram more than I do Facebook. So try to get an Instagram. My thing is to help y'all push this. Social media is huge right now. Like huge, huge. That's why I film from it, because people be on social media. Usually when you see somebody on their phone constantly, they usually on one of them platforms, social media.
Makes sense.
The push that will help. I don't know if your partner does that or what parts do y'all play?
Yeah, we can tag team on that.
Yeah.
I'll let them know and we can develop a plan from that. Makes perfect sense. I don't know why we didn't think of it.
and
I guess because we're technologically old.
I know you. I'm old too, Cody. I had to learn. I'm look. This podcast has let me learn a lot about social media. At first, I was paying somebody to advertise my stuff because I didn't know how to do none of it. Like I just go on Facebook, check the statuses, write my little funny comments or my little funny posts.
Right.
People laugh. I don't know if they be laughing because I be laughing. But
laughing at my joke or laughing at me? I don't know.
I don't care. But I just go on there, make my little posts like everybody else stuff and keep it moving along. Now that I have the podcast, I have to promote it.
Right.
So it's just like I have to promote it constantly. So it's like you gotta go on here, you gotta go on here, because every social media have a different demographic. Some people do this one, some people do that one, some people do this one, some people do that one. And I think Instagram would be great for y'all.
All right.
I think Instagram would be great for y'all. And you put the sci-fi in there, and I think it will blow up on Instagram for you. I really do. But you have to do better than you do on your Facebook with this. If you really trying to push it the way you say you want to push it, I think you have to promote it more on your social media.
You got it.
You just like, yeah.
We'll get on it yesterday.
But I'm looking forward to the that if y'all do get it coming out soon, hopefully. It probably take a couple years for it to film.
Of course.
Get it together. But I think if you push it a little more, it'll be sooner than later, because it looks really good.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. I know you ain't got many social media sites, so do you want to just tell us your Facebook or where we can find it and where you will be posting mostly after this?
Of course. If you would like to locate us, you can find us at Bring Back Legend of the Seeker on Facebook.
Bring Back Legend of the Seeker on Facebook. That's probably why I couldn't find it. Still put it on your page.
Okay.
Bring Back Legend of the Seeker. Okay. And I hope they posted as much as everybody else to push it. I hope they bring it back, but I'm gonna go on YouTube and watch a couple episodes. And
I'm just gonna go watch it.
Yeah. Well, it's only 2 seasons, so it's probably like 20 episodes?
24.
Yeah. So yeah, that ain't gonna take me long to be watching. I work from home, so
okay. ABC actually streams all the episodes, so you can find it over there.
I know that ABC you said they was ABC family based, but I didn't know they were still streaming them.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
You know how they cut things off and stuff. Like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go there and watch. You think it's on Hulu? I got so many accounts, like streaming accounts, services. Should be on Hulu. If Desperate Housewives on Hulu, they should be on Hulu.
Yes. No, I'm pretty sure it is on Hulu.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you, Cody, for coming on. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you for having me. I've enjoyed our chat.
I would ask you some more questions, but I don't want to get into your personal business. So
you got me. Why not? I see.
Because I will go there, Cody, with you.
I see you like to step on toes.
I do step on toes, though. But I'm just wondering, like, are you dating?
Well, the technical answer to that question is no. I have just in the past couple weeks started talking to a lady, but not technically dating.
How is that going?
It seems to be going pretty well. I am actually working on setting up a phone Skype conversation. She's a couple hundred miles away, so we'll work up to the traveling the distance.
What do you think about long distance relationships? Do you think they can work?
If two people are truly dedicated, I believe it can work. In most instances, I think that I don't think it's the distance. I think it's what people are looking for in the relationship. I don't think they have that worked out before they even think about the distance.
Right. Yeah, I think long distance relationships can work if two people. No, you would come in and just shake your head.
Look
what you did to my camera.
I didn't do nothing to your camera. You just can't see.
So you would say no, it wouldn't work. Why would you think it worked? If two trusting people was in a long distance relationship, you wouldn't think it wouldn't work with the travel and everything?
No. I mean, let me back that up. You have to put a lot of work mentally, financially, sexually, and emotionally to make a long distance relationship work. And a lot of people are not prepared for that amount of dedication. Not this day and age. Like, why would I want to give you all of me and you're 400 miles away when I can give all of me to somebody who's 5 minutes away?
What you think about that, Cody?
I understand his wavelength. I'm on a different one.
Cody says it's different for him.
It is different for everybody.
He may be John Legend, but
yeah. I'm not saying it is different for everybody. Like, I have a friend right now who, prior to before the marriage that she's in, she couldn't do it. But this, for some odd reason, this particular guy, she felt, I'm gonna attempt to make this work. I've done long distance relationships before, especially being in the Air Force. Sometimes you by default are doing a long distance relationship.
Obviously.
Yeah. But at the same time, I also knew me. I wasn't out here cheating, but I knew what I wanted mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm a touchy-feely kind of a guy. I like to spend intimacy time with my woman. I can't do that if I'm on assignment for 6 months and you back at home. It's not even about the sexual gratification. It's just the physical interaction with each other that I don't have because you're not there.
Sure.
And at the same time, I don't like to be that person who's the reason why you can't get that. I'm over here for 6 months. Meanwhile, you're back at the base. Go find you somebody. Just, if we need to take a break for a while. Yes, I might lose you, but I don't want you to feel confined to the point where you ended up cheating because you had needs. Like, no, let's take a break.
Some people fall in love with people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it works.
You try to make it work, and you try to, and I understand like the visiting part and stuff like that, but I just feel like if you love somebody, it should work. Like most of the time, if I don't have events or things like that, I'm at home all the time anyway. Shit, what's the difference between me being in your face or FaceTime? Like I don't understand.
There you go. Two different people.
That's why I feel like I'll fall asleep on the phone with you if I could. That's just what it is.
There's your love languages. You're a quality time, and he's a physical guy.
Well, my love language is words of affirmation.
And that's why you can be on the phone with somebody because as long as they saying them what you want to hear, you're gonna be on cloud 9 for the rest of the night.
Exactly. We can talk all night on this.
Meanwhile, I need the cuddling, the touching, the play fighting.
We got producer revved up here.
But so let's take COVID for instance. Like, okay, when you couldn't be, people was virtual dating.
That's them. Whoever I was dating, we was still COVID touching each other too. It didn't stop. We locked down together, baby.
But I think being apart makes a heart grow fonder. Like, you miss that person. So when y'all finally get together, it's just whoo.
I get that. And you know what? I'll give you that because even with me and my girl's mother, there are days where we can't stand being around each other. And it's not we hate each other. It's just we got so much stress sitting on top of us, we accidentally take it out on each other. But that's everybody. But then when there's days where it's 2-3 days that we don't see each other because our work schedules are not matching up. Like, I go to work from noon to 8. She go to work from 4 to midnight. I come home, I'm knocked out. You know? Right. So when she gets in the door, I'm asleep. So I might wake up in the morning, she knocked out. Because she was up the rest of the night doing paperwork. So we don't speak, we don't talk. But then when the kids are gone, it's like, hey, what you doing? Hey, what you doing? And then we just literally spend the whole day acting ignorant towards each other, like two little giddy kids. That's how we are. So yeah, I agree with you.
In the same place and still on top. What's the difference? What's the difference?
But
it's just different.
It's the physical stuff. We don't talk because our schedules don't let us talk.
Right.
It's not that. It's different if we are like, We both go to work at 8, get off at 4, and then from 4 to midnight, we still in 2 separate rooms of the house. That's when it's a problem. Because there's no attempt to try to spend time or communicate. But because of the way our schedules sit on top of each other, we don't communicate because we can't. There are days where I might try to stay up, but of course, she's a nurse. You don't know what time they're going to come home. Right. All it takes is for one person to fall. And the whole day is done. And
then now with the COVID, they always at the hospital.
So you got to work differently. So I get it. We do try to make it spend time and do what we can, but there comes times when it's just like we can't.
Well, don't let him discourage you, Cody.
I didn't know that, Cody. I am not. One of my best relationship was a long distance relationship. And the reason why I say that was because as much as physical contact was minimized, it made me improve my communication skills.
Sure.
And it made me improve my creativity in expressing.
You gotta talk in long distance. More people talk in long distance than people talk actually face to face, and that's why a lot of face to face relationships don't work.
Will you stop drinking that wine? Because you got that neck and everything going. You didn't need to just go all off about that. We understand that.
I'm just saying you have to communicate.
You do.
You have to, and you learn a lot from a person when you communicate. And a lot of long distance relationships, you communicate a lot.
Communication is not just talking, though. You also have to learn how to listen and react properly, too.
Definitely.
Like, my birthday's coming up. Do you know what to get me, or are you just going to buy me what you think men like?
Was that a scenario or a...
Was just a regular... That was just a regular scenario. You know, things like...
Was that a scenario or a hint?
If could you know what to buy your mate for their birthday? Without having
to buy my mate, because I know first of all, why people think I don't listen, I actually do listen to people. Okay. I pay attention to the things you like and don't like, especially if we're talking constantly. That don't make no sense if I don't pay attention to you and we doing all this talking. What are we doing it for? Right? I'm getting to know each other. So I expect you to know what I like and what I have and what I don't have or what I need, just like I should know the same with you.
Well, what if you get a mate that tells you, baby, just tell me what you want for your birthday? Do you feel like it's less of a gift? Because
no, I just, I'm the person. I can't tell you what I really want. I'm the person surprise me. Surprise me.
Then you're like, oh yeah, I did need that, or oh yeah, I really did want that.
We had these conversations like, man, I need, or I got it. We had these conversations. It's just how much do you pay attention? You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all say, women need to listen, men need to listen too. We have.
I need more than a month to decide what I need for my birthday. Ask me 6 months ahead of time, then I know.
Then you think about, I don't know if you watched this, but Tyler Perry got this show Sisters. And
I watch Sisters every week.
Remember when he gave her the wedding that she asked for on their first date? He remembered the exact everything that she said.
He's also a control freak, so
he is also a control freak. But the fact of the matter is, he paid a fucking attention.
But that's why that situation. That's why, as toxic as that situation was, he almost manipulated her into the marriage. Because
I ain't talking about the.
Well, I'm just saying, I just had to get that. I don't like Gary.
Know that
I don't like Gary, but
I
still.
don't like him either. But the fact that he paid attention, that's the thing. Pay attention.
See, you brung that up, and the only reason why I'm tricky about that, because he was a cheating man. So for all I know, he wrote it down somewhere.
Okay. But he had it.
He wrote it down somewhere.
And I just feel like with long distance relationships, you pay more attention because that's all you have.
I feel like he just sat there and was like, execute order 626. And then he brung out the wedding plan because he knew he was going to lose her. But that's a whole nother story.
But look,
who decided to bring Stick to the party?
Huh?
Her decided to bring Stitch to the party. He said order 626.
No, he got it. He knew what that meant. That's why I did it. That's what the nerds. Only true nerds know what order 626 is.
Punch buddy.
Yeah. But anyway, I give him credit because that was key. But I also feel like that's one of them things that you women, if that's what y'all want, y'all kind of already tell us what it is.
We tell y'all. In these conversations like that. A lot of people tell me I need to shut up and listen. Shut up.
I didn't say that. I just looked over like, oh, so you do hear when they say that.
I listen all the time. Just because I talk a lot, that don't mean I don't listen.
I don't know, man.
So, like,
you can talk and listen at the same time. Cool.
Exactly. Good. Like my friends and things, I know what to get them. I know what to buy them. I don't have to ask. I know them. So it's just like, even though I talk, I do pay attention. I do listen, and I expect the same. I hate when somebody be like, "Oh, I was gonna get you this," but you don't listen. You don't pay attention to nothing I say. Some people think I only bartend. No, I do more than that. And if you listen to the conversation that we have, you will know this. Like things of that nature.
I know what you do.
You should know me a little bit.
I know what you do in your free time.
You know what I do in my free time? Nothing.
Do you know what you did last summer?
Actually, I do.
Like,
I actually do know what you did last summer.
Okay, well, I don't know how me and Cody had got on this long distance relationship thing because he said he was talking to a girl who's a couple 100 miles away. So,
I mean, if Cody loves her, then go for it.
They talking.
We talking.
Y'all in the dating phase, or y'all courting?
We're probably gonna court.
Okay.
Go ahead, that makes it. I'm glad he understood that there's a difference.
It's a difference.
But yeah, I'm happy for you, Cody. Let's go ahead and give Cody a round of applause for that. All love matters.
Well, I hope it works out for you, Cody, and thank you again for coming on this show. Hopefully we can get the push behind that again. Social media is a big part of that. So post on or get your IG or have the company that's doing it get some more social media push behind it. And I bet you'll get the push that you need behind this. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Cody. You have a good one. If nobody told, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Talk is Cheap with Kiana J. I am your host, Kiana J. Next week, we are doing dating disclaimers. So we will have Josh and Elvon on the show next week. So tune in to that. If nobody told y'all today, I'm going to tell you, I love you. Bye.